The Spartans are the best fighting force in the UNSC. They have the best training, the best armor, the best weapons, and the best augmentations. Spartans have single-handedly won battles and secured victory against the toughest opponents the Halo universe has to offer. What happens, however, when the UNSC's greatest weapons turn into their greatest enemy? In this video, we'll be looking at why a Spartan may betray the UNSC and how the UNSC stops these rogue Spartans. Spartans are soldiers who have been chosen for their exceptional combat ability and military service. But why would Spartans betray the UNSC after they have done so much for it? Before the Human Covenant War, humanity was on the brink of a civil war. A war between the insurrections who lived in the outer colonies and the inner colonies. The outer colonies disliked the inner colonies because they believed that they were oppressive and wanted out of the rule of the United Earth Government, or UEG. This war continued through the Human Covenant War, and while many insurrectionists put aside their differences for the sake of humanity's survival, once the war was over, they no longer believed in serving the UNSC and inner colonies. Some soldiers recruited into the Spartan 4 branch already had insurrectionist views, while some gained these views while serving as a Spartan. Regardless of when they gained these views, many Spartans who defected because of their support for the insurrectionists and or their hate for the UEG and UNSC. It should be noted that with the exception of the Spartan 2 Soren 066, all known Spartans who have betrayed the UNSC are Spartan Force. The next way that the UNSC deals with rogue Spartans is through the war game simulation, aka Halo multiplayer in real life. Spartans are a threat to their enemies and cost a lot of money to make, so I'm sure you can imagine that the UNSC makes sure that Spartans are trained to deal with other Spartans. While Spartans primarily use war games to simulate combat scenarios versus Covenant, Promethean, and even Flood forces, they also do train in fighting rogue Spartans. The next way the UNSC deals with a Spartan who has gone rogue is through the quote-unquote armor restraints. These first appeared in Halo 5, and were used by Spartan Fireteam Osiris while tracking down the legendary Spartan Blue Team. Armor restraints short-circuit the Mjolnir system, leaving the wearer unable to move. Not much else is known about these, however they do present a threat to the non-rogue Spartan, since it could be used against them as well, like the Master Chief did to Spartan Lock. Other than the previous two ways, there aren't really any other ways to stop a Spartan who has betrayed the UNSC, besides shooting them of course. This is probably because it is such a rare incursion that the UNSC doesn't really consider it to be the biggest threat. There is a Stolen Gauntlet protocol, however that just labels a Spartan as a traitor, and doesn't really deal with stopping said Spartan. That's going to be the end of this video. I know this was a short video, however there really wasn't much info on this topic. If you liked the video, leave a like to show your support. And if you enjoy my content and want to subscribe so you always see my videos. God bless and I hope to see you guys in the next video.